In the town of Greybridge there were two hills. On the lower hill, leaning toward the river, lived Eli with his mother in a one-room house that smelled of bread and wood smoke. The roof leaked when it rained, and the floor was always cold in winter, but Eli liked the window. From it, he could see the upper hill. On the upper hill stood the Calder estate. Iron gates, trimmed hedges, glass that caught the sun like it was meant to keep the light for itself. That's where Mira lived. Eli first saw her when he was selling apples in the market. She was standing awkwardly beside her governess, wearing gloves far too clean for a place that smelled of fish and mud. When Eli offered her an apple, she hesitated as if it might explode. "It's sweet," he said. "I promise." She took it, bit into it. Her eyes widened in surprise, then amusement. "It is," she said, "much better than the ones at home." From then on, she came to the market more often, at first with servants, later alone, slipping away like she was borrowing freedom instead of apples. She asked Eli questions no one had ever asked him before: what he read, what he dreamed about, where the river went if you followed it long enough. "I'd like to see that," she said once, watching the water move south. "Then you should," he told her, not knowing yet how impossible that sounded. They met in quiet places, the riverbank, the old bridge, the empty schoolyard at dusk. Eli taught her how to skip stones. Mira taught him new words she learned from books. For a while the world felt strangely balanced, as if the two hills had leaned closer together. But towns have memories, and people have expectations. Someone saw them holding hands. Someone talked. One afternoon, Eli arrived at the river to find Mira waiting with red eyes and a folded letter. "My father knows," she said. "He says I won't be allowed back into town. We're leaving for the city." Eli nodded, because he didn't trust his voice. "I'm sorry," she whispered, like it was her fault the world worked the way it did. That night, Eli sat by his window and watched the lights on the upper hill go dark one by one. The house felt smaller than ever. Years passed. Eli worked hard, first at the docks, then apprenticing with a carpenter. His hands grew strong, his back tired, his mind busy with plans. Mira studied in the city, then farther away, learning how money moved, how power hid itself behind polite words. They thought of each other often, though neither knew that for sure. One autumn morning, a letter arrived at Eli's door. The paper was thick, the handwriting unmistakable. The Calder estate was being sold. Mira was coming home, not as a daughter under watchful rule,